People were drawn to Croke Park today to watch both semi-finals in the Royal Irish National Football League, and they got value for money, as we'll see now. We've got Kerry against Dublin to come later, but we start with today's opener at Croke Park. It's Donegal against Clare, and as we join commentator Marty Morrissey, the All-Ireland champions are already 2 points up.
Gary Walsh's kick out, knocked away brilliantly by Frankie Griffin, but picked up by Barry McGowan. Anthony Malloy. Donegal are playing like champions. That's over elaboration. Referee says yes. Anthony, you're guilty. And quickly taken. Down towards Jerry Killeen, and well, almost well held on, and he's fouled, says the referee. So another free for Clare. On the Donegal 45, Jerry Killeen. Really back to top form at the moment. Sending in a ball which is sailing over the crossbar. The first score in a league semi-final for Clare since 1947. It took 7.5 minutes. The target is Tony Boyle. Gets there ahead of Aidan Maloney. Referee allowing the advantage. Sending in a ball, grabbed by Manus Boyle and sent over the mark. A good score for Donegal, and certainly made by Tony Boyle. This is Declan Bonner and Jerry Kelly. Jerry Kelly did well. It was a battle that was well won, and he gets the free. Clare captain leading very much by example. Many people feel that he's not really suited to cornerback play. Francis McInerney knocking it down to gather it himself, giving it to Pat Murray. Back to Francis McInerney, just taking his eye off it. Giving it onside to Noel Roach. Noel will go through. He always loves to take on a defence. He's fouled, and a free in for Clare. Jojo Ruane scored 2 against Mayo. He's usually fairly efficient from that side. Not this time, in the tricky breeze. Donegal come out with it. Oh, sloppy defending. Comes down to Jerry Killeen. Outside. An effort, and that's a good point by Dennis Russell. The 19-year-old, his last visit to Croke Park was to see Clare play Dublin last August. And this was terrible defending by Donegal, really, by Donald Reid in particular. Intercepted by Jerry Killeen, and he had to battle hard to get it out to Russell. And the cool 19-year-old from Kilkee slotted it over. Good ball for Aidan Maloney running to Martin McHugh. Declan Bonner. Tony Boyle has gone inside. This is Tony coming into picture. Difficult angle, but he takes it. Beautiful point. Excellent play by Donegal and by Tony Boyle. And now the full forward line has scored for Donegal. And the ball sent in towards Tony Boyle. Aidan Maloney. Tony Boyle certainly has the better of Maloney at the moment. Back to James McHugh. Younger McHugh going in for a shot. Oh, brilliant play by Donegal. That's why they are the All-Ireland champions. They have worked hard in difficult conditions against the breeze to put Donegal 2 points in front. This is tremendous work, and certainly Tony Boyle is out first to the ball ahead of Aidan Maloney. Great work by James McHugh. He had to really survive 3 challenges and took his point. You know, despite Donegal's clear dominance, they lead by just 2 points, but it must be said that they are playing against the breeze. It's a good ball up towards Pat Murray. Jerry Killeen coming across. Martin Daly. That has to be a free for Clare. There's no Roach, in fact, that is going down in it. So it's a free for the Kilkee man and for the Bannockon team. The unique style of Jojo Ruane. Cool, calm, slots it over the bar, making it 5 points to 4 after almost 28 minutes, in fact. Barry Cunningham. Back outside to Manus Boyle, and Seamus Clancy followed through there. Dropping down towards Tony Boyle, getting inside Aidan Maloney. Oh, off the post. Well, it should have been a goal. Manus Boyle, Seamus Clancy followed through, and when the ball broke, the Clare defence, rock solid normally, was very casual, and Tony Boyle hit a cracker, came back off the post. A real opportunity for Donegal. The referee starts the second half with Donegal, the All-Ireland champions, playing with wind advantage and leading by 1 point. But certainly they've received a blow at half-time because Martin McHugh was unable to continue. Noel Hegarty now comes in at centre-half forward. Declan Bonner. Jerry Kelly staying with him. Outside him is James McHugh. Has a shot which sails over the bar. Excellent score and a great start for Donegal. James McHugh, his second point of the league semi-final. That's a very good score. And Declan Bonner did everything right here. Didn't panic despite under pressure. The man was available. And James McHugh, well, he's usually fairly accurate. Barry McGowan gathering it. Left corner back, can play anywhere. Comes down towards Tony Boyle. Oh, beautiful point by Boyle. Knocked down by Declan Bonner, and that's why the Donegal full forward line is lethal around goal. Anthony Malloy going high. Would have been a great catch if he could have held on to it. Martin Shovlin sends it up towards Tony Boyle, but leaves it behind him. This is wee James McHugh going for another point. Oh, brilliant. A touch of class called James McHugh from Kilcar. 3 points for McHugh, 8 points for Donegal. Oh, well added to by Brian Murray. Straight to John Ruine. Seamus Clancy. Frankie Griffin. And he has to run at them. And Frankie is the man to do it. Still Frankie Griffin. Dennis Russell has gone inside. This is Russell trying to get through, and Gary Walsh is there. He read it well, the Donegal custodian. Seamus Clancy, the man who inspires Clares in the past. Back to Jerry Killeen, and the first score of the second half for the Munster champions. And it was Clancy and Killeen combined to make it 8 points to 5. This was well done. Ball that came in, which Gary Walsh cleared, but it was the hard work of Seamus Clancy. Survives the challenge and the elbow, giving it to Killeen, and despite almost dropping it, had the courage to have a lash at it and send it over. The Clare team have produced sparkling performances in the past in the second half. Coincidentally, normally against the breeze. But at the moment, Donegal look to be by far the better team. Donald Reid. Man is Boyle. He's trying to bring Seamus Clancy out of position. This is John Enright. Getting it outside to Barry Cunningham. A shot! Oh! A magnificent goal! Barry Cunningham from Killybegs salutes the people of Donegal with an absolute cracker of a goal. And rightly so they celebrate. Nobody could have stopped it. Man is Boyle. A tactic by McNiff to bring Seamus Clancy out of position. It came in, John Enright, a little bit unfortunate, unable to hold on to it. But look at this, Noel Hegarty giving it to Barry Cunningham, and bang! Right into the roof. It took a deflection en route, but what a goal. And the Clare crowd get behind their team as Barry Cunningham lays it off to Anthony Malloy. Giving it back to James McHugh. Martin Shovlin coming up to help out. Brian Murray sending it in. Oh, that is a wonderful point. A great response by Brian Murray, and he enjoyed that one because it curled in at the last moment. Good score. One gentleman enjoying proceedings, the future president of the GA, Jack Bootman. Tony Boyle coming back to Harris. Frankie Griffin. John Enright met by a fair shoulder from Martin Shovlin. Back to Noel Roach. Did well to gather it. Frankie Griffin. That's McInerney to his right. Still Frankie Griffin. This is McInerney. Goal on here. Takes a point. I think he was trying for it. Really, he was a bit optimistic, but he's satisfied with a point. The 7th point of the afternoon for Clare. 110 to 7. Donegal go back into the attack. Over towards Tony Boyle. On the run. Half blocked down by Aidan Maloney. Oh, superb play by Tony Boyle. 3 points by one of the best full forward in the country at the moment. Look at this for simplicity in motion. This is the way forwards should be doing it. On the run, no messing around, straight over. Runs all the way towards Tom Morrissey. Oh, yes! Well, Tom has woken up, and so has Clare. And the smile says it all. It's simple. A great goal for Clare, which has brought spirit back to the banner counting, and a more respectable look on the scoreboard. The ball coming in. He was sloppy, but Tom Morrissey just pulled at it and gave Gary Walsh no chance.
Well, Tom Morrissey's goal for Clare finished the scoring there, and really the 5-point margin at the finish flattered the Munster champions. It was very much a case of the masters showing the pupils the way as Donegal booked their berth in the final in a fortnight's time. Brian McAniff's men could then sit back and watch their prospective rivals emerge from the second semi-final. Let's watch the latest Kerry-Dublin encounter with our commentator, Ger Canning.
Big matches between Dublin and Kerry are always guaranteed to fire the imagination, and today's attractive double bill draws a huge response with Croke Park's biggest crowd of the year. Not that the atmosphere is likely to perturb Dublin's John O'Leary, now in his 14th season as the county's netminder and still in terrific form. The other O'Leary is also well capable of producing the spectacular. That's Peter, the Kerry goalie, who displayed sharpness and agility when the Kingdom beat down. A quick check on the respective lineup shows one change on the Dublin 15. Eamon Heary is a flu victim, and Pat Gilroy gets the nod from Pat O'Neill and his team. Martin Doran and Pádraig O'Donoghue, replaced last Sunday, are in from the start again this week. Just one alteration in Kerry's starting formation. Dermot Hanifin comes back to midfield as Maurice Fitzgerald's partner, thereby releasing Bernard McGilligan into the half-forwards in place of Billy O'Shea. Once again, Owen Liston is on the fringe of the square, partnered once more this week by Pa Dennehy and Carl O'Dwyer. There's an absolutely wonderful atmosphere in Croke Park, a significant breeze which is going to favour Dublin in the first half. They're going to play from right to left in this 27th league meeting of Dublin and Kerry. And the man in the middle today on league semi-final day is Pat McEnany from Corduff in County Monaghan. A big occasion for him. He was here for the game between Dublin and Galway. But this league semi-final, and straight away it's Dermot Hanifin launching the first ball in towards Carl O'Dwyer. Transferred in there for Breen to run onto. Eamon Breen. Players supporting him. Good block down, however. Owen Liston. Little off balance, I think, as he was hitting it. Didn't quite get the authority behind it. Dublin's captain, John O'Leary. Towards Jack Sheedy. Maurice Fitzgerald a little bit late to get in a challenge. Down towards Vinnie Murphy. Didn't get a touch on it. Sean Burke going back there. Fouled. And the player who committed the foul, Martin Doran. Hanifin takes it very securely in midfield. Bernard McGilligan transferring it back to Stephen Stack. Kicked aimlessly into space, that's going nowhere. That Gilroy back there. DC coming from the full-back position. Confidently kicking it down over Liam Flaherty's head. Gleeson getting in there behind the corner back. Booted forward again by Niall Guyden. Doran was coming across for it, so too was Morgan Nix. Blank scoreline, as you'll gather in the background there. Tommy Carr showing the way to his teammates. So Vinnie Murphy kicking in, going for the score, and he's got it. Taking on the responsibility from the sideline kick. Flags flying proudly on Hill 16, and Vinnie Murphy from the sideline kick after 6.5 minutes gives Dublin the lead. Nicely forward here towards Bernard McGilligan. Maurice Fitzgerald going by. Long striding run. Guyden getting back to try and deny him space. Pushed away by Beelan. Fed on, however, to Hanifin from one midfielder to another. And that's a dreadful kick. A really poor kick by Dermot Hanifin after all the good approach play involving Maurice Fitzgerald and also Hanifin. Bernard McGilligan. Kerry getting the chances early on. Still McGilligan on a very good run. Well, the wides simply mount up, and that's wide number 4 now for Kerry. And we've only got 11 minutes gone in the first half. Into Liston, immediately thought about the pass. Carol O'Dwyer ready to run at defences, but having to run wide across the field rather than being able to cut through to the fence. Breeze holding it up quite considerably, fisted away to Deegan. Jack Sheedy making the call, and again selflessly taking up a very good position. Stephen Stark can't contain it, nor guide him. It's Sean Burke crossing the 45-metre line. In towards Timmy Fleming. Fleming on a good run. Sean Burke dispossessed, tipped away, and it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Keith Barr remonstrating, but Sean Burke had made a magnificent run through the centre that time. Kerry get the penalty. Watch for number 6, Sean Burke. Trading passes here with Timmy Fleming, who did well to get by Kieran Walsh, and there was the push in the back by Keith Barr. So Keith Barr conceding the penalty. Carol O'Dwyer coming up to take it. He scored against Mayo a couple of weeks back. This in the league semi-final. And he's put it against the post and back, but Owen Liston's coming in, pushed, and it's gone over the bar. But did he get a clean striking action on the ball? That's what the Dublin backs are wondering. Oh, a right bit of drama down in front of John O'Leary's goal. A missed penalty results in an Owen Liston point, and the scores are level. 14 minutes of the first half gone. Carol O'Dwyer's spot kick off the crossbar, back to safety. Owen Liston reading the intentions well. Did he get a clean striking action on this one as he was pushed and pulled and dragged? I think he probably did. And it came off the crossbar and over. Sides level. Liston again. Battling with Dermot Deasy. Scores few and far between. Many Kerry misses. Pa Dennehy raiding. Kieran Walsh trying to put in a challenge. Bernard McGilligan shooting, and he's put it over the bar. From this angle here, it wasn't absolutely clear that it did go over the bar, but the umpire was well positioned. Watch again as Pa Dennehy cut inside, going by John Calvert and then Kieran Walsh. Now watch where this one, well, difficult to say. Tommy Carr in there augmenting midfield from time to time. Niall guided to try and make a run through. Paul Beelan, who's been largely anonymous, he did ship a knock very early on in the game. He wins the free kick for Dublin. So once again it's going to be Pádraig O'Donoghue from the county champions here in Dublin, Kilmacud Crokes, to take this free kick. Remember, he scored 2-6 of Crokes' tally of 2-8 in a recent Dublin County Championship match against Na Fianna. Here to try and open his account this afternoon, and he's put it over the bar, and the sides are level. Dublin's points coming from that free and from a sideline ball. Beelan assisted by Sheedy. Knocked on well to Tommy Carr, watched it all the way. Sean Burke unable to put in a challenge, and that's a fine point by Tommy Carr. That's an excellent score by Tommy. Well, he was one of the best Dublin forwards in the semi-final against Kildare last week. Watch as Jack Sheedy and Beelan were involved, and it was Sheedy who fly-kicked it forward. Carr kept his eye on it every bit of the way, and there was nothing at all Burke could do to dispossess him, and an excellent point. Well dropped in towards Vinnie Murphy. Again Gleeson with great full back play, getting out there ahead of the full forward. And Flaherty taking it dangerously across the face of his own goal. Stephen Stack now playing at left half back, involved in the interpassing movement, which results in Maurice Fitzgerald taking across his own 45-metre line. Having a quick look up, spotting that there was a run from Carol O'Dwyer. Kieran Walsh has tracked him. Nice ball inside for Moynihan. This time last year he was preparing to play in the colleges final for St Brendan's. Lost the run of it there, may have twigged the hamstring, I think. And he lost possession, and Kerry may have to replace another back. But they have possession still. Referee now sounding the whistle for the free, taken by Stephen Stack, and another Kerry man in trouble. So 2 Kerry players right now in injury difficulties. That may be Pa Dennehy, and certainly Moynihan here from Glenflesk would seem to have twigged a hamstring. Dennehy's back in action again. There he is, taking his position just on the edge of the square. Maurice Fitzgerald on the 20-metre line. It's 3 points to Dublin, 2 points to Kerry. Not anymore. Maurice Fitzgerald with his first pointed free of the day make the scores level. And indeed, Charlie Redmond is coming into the Dublin attack. They haven't been functioning well. They've been playing with the wind in the first half. It may not exactly have been as severe a breeze as it was for the first match that was here at headquarters. And Pádraig O'Donoghue is once again the player they're replacing. The kick out towards Vinnie Murphy. As Pat O'Neill was saying after last week's game, the tactic is to bring Vinnie out for the kickouts, the opposing kickouts whenever possible. Maurice Fitzgerald dropping it towards Owen Liston. Made an impression in the opening 10 minutes, but since then, by and large, Dermot Deasy here has been the master. The 32-year-old linking up with John Calvert, going by Pa Dennehy. Fouled, no advantage accruing. Calvert's kick towards Charlie Redmond. The fist of Flaherty got it away, but there was a restraining push into the back, the referee decides. So yet another free kick to Dublin. A succession of free kicks, 20 free kicks we estimate in all so far. 9 to Dublin, 11 to Kerry. So a stop-start kind of game. Seems like Billy O'Shea is coming in, and the referee will just hold up Charlie's run. Seamus Moynihan is going off following that twigged hamstring. Charlie Redmond with a short kick. It reaches Jack Sheedy. Well, he's got the point. It was worth the gamble. And he's had a problem from time to time with his kicking accurately from the middle of the field, but that was a beauty. And Dublin lead by 4 points to 3. Bounces down off Dermot Hanifin. The kick there by Timmy Fleming. Back now marking Tommy Carr in a very much restructured Kerry half-back line. Pat Slattery, Timmy Fleming and Stephen Stack forming the half-back line. And Pa Dennehy, who picked up the ankle injury a few minutes ago there when he was tackled by John Calvert. Owen Liston has it right on the end line, players calling for it. Dermot Hanifin, one of them, runs into a very good block down by Jack Sheedy. Hanifin again. Final minutes of this first half. Swung invitingly over. John O'Leary under pressure, foul surely. The referee takes no action. Comes out to Eamon Breen. Another high inviting ball, and the back's under real pressure. That's gone for a 45. Well, Keith Barr prepared to act as umpire as well as centre half back. Dublin 4 points, Kerry 3. Injury time in the first half. And again, a Maurice Fitzgerald kick has tied up the scores. Both of them coming from frees. 4 points apiece, and that of course was the way also when Kerry played here last a fortnight ago against Down at half-time. Dermot Hanifin, what a great leap in the air, judged it brilliantly. Jack Sheedy fists it away. Timmy Fleming driving it forward towards Owen Liston. DC under pressure. That's Breen doing expertly well. Players calling for it. One of them is Owen Liston. Liston with another point chance, and he's tucked it over the bar. A big, huge roar of approval from the Kerry fans. A second point for Owen Liston. And Kerry go back in front again. Half-time whistle has sounded at Croke Park, and there's just a point between the teams. Dublin, who had the elements at their back for the first half, are being led, and the half-time score reads Kerry 5 points, Dublin 4. An official attendance of 46,536, I think, hoping for a good deal better from the second half. Keith Barr pushed. Eamon Breen back there pushing. Barr seemed to make a yard or two after that, and the referee whistled as he fell. So Charlie with his familiar style as they wrestle inside. Again, Gleeson out there ahead of Vinnie Murphy, but won't reach either of them, and it didn't result in a score either. Maurice Fitzgerald was having his jersey pulled by Jack Sheedy, and it went unpunished. Pat Gilroy. Moving to 3 Kerry man, doing well to get it forward to Vinnie Murphy. Anthony Gleeson trying to get in a clean challenge, held Vinnie Murphy. Murphy's on the deck. Well, the referee was having the word there with the full back, and it's Charlie Redmond who's going to kick it, having missed a free a few minutes ago. It's a difficult enough kick. The wind is into his face. Right across the face of the goal. And poking it over the bar is the corner forward Martin Doran. A second point for Martin Doran, first from play, and so the sides are level. Over 3 minutes gone in the second half. All that from the sideline ball of Charlie Redmond, but there was very poor marking indeed, and Doran simply slotted it between the posts. McDeegan. Well, so far it's one of the poorer Kerry Dublin matches that I can recall. Ryan Liston really with a stern challenge on Keith Barr, and Barr deemed to commit the foul. It's Maurice Fitzgerald who kicks it. The sides, remember, are level. A swirling breeze making it difficult. And he's put it, I think, over the bar. A good point by Maurice Fitzgerald. 3 in all his score so far. And so Kerry go back in front. Ogie Moran with a fair bit of work to do, moulding this Kerry side, hoping to lead them into this year's National League final. John O'Leary getting great distance in the kick. Pat Gilroy foraging, winning it there, linking up well with Paul Beelan. Guyden kicking it to the corner. Charlie Redmond against Liam Flaherty. That's good play by Charlie Redmond. Overall, very good Dublin play. Beginning in the middle of the field, finishing with the score by Charlie Redmond, and the sides are level once more. Well, it all began from possession 1 of the middle of the field and Guyden's kick into space, and Charlie Redmond doing it all against Flaherty, and that's a very good kick. Now Guyden. Dublin attacking, coming forward now with Tommy Carr, fed inside for Paul Beelan, did he throw it? The referee still allowed play on, and it's set! It's gone out for a 45, that's a great save by Peter O'Leary. Well, there might just have been a throw before that, as the ball was fed inside, and Vinnie Murphy had the chance. Watch this, Tommy Carr going forward, did he throw it? Beelan fed inside to Vinnie Murphy, and what about this for a fine piece of goalkeeping? Such a good place kicker normally, but this one has tailed to the left and it's gone wide. Dublin's 4th wide. Galvin came in the last game in the forwards. This is Timmy Fleming going the long way round. Flicked outside, deceiving the Kerry backs. Pal Dennehy just getting there, and he's put it over the bar. Another Kerry score, and Pa Dennehy is the point scorer. That's the first of the match. Set up from an interesting flick pass by Timmy Fleming. Went right around the middle of the field that time, and with the outside of the boot flicked it. The backs were sucked in towards the left-hand side. There was Pa Dennehy away on the right, and that's a good left-footed kick. It's Kerry ahead by a point. Cross towards Jack Sheedy's corner. Won over there, however, by Pat Slattery. Kicked it down towards Eamon Breen. It's fisted away by Keith Barr, but only as far as the raiding Maurice Fitzgerald. Oh, off the post and down to Carlo Dwyer. He's put it over the bar when he should surely have had a goal. Well, if you can lip read, I think you'll know that he's particularly disappointed, and it's only a point and not a goal. 2 between them. Great run here by Maurice Fitzgerald after a good block down, just as Keith Barr had been taking it out. It came off the post, and look what Carlo Dwyer was, and a couple of other Kerry forwards as well. Owen Lister would have appreciated that a goal there might have made a huge difference to the outcome of this match. Well, each and every one of the Kerry full forward line has now got in on the scoring act. Hannafin beaten. It comes down to Billy O'Shea taking up a roving commission, and now Kerry beginning to show huge gaps in the Dublin backs, and that's Eamon Breen kicking, and he's put it over the bar. The umpire was a bit slow to wave it. Keith Barr, I don't blame him really, because it seemed to me the umpire was ready to wave it wide, but the referee had a good view of it, and the point counts. Martin Doran fed back to Tommy Carr. Vinnie Murphy, 3 points between them. Tommy Carr back to Pat Gilroy. Dublin needing a score badly. They won't get it just there. Oh, will they? They will! But it's gone out over the end line and wide. It was out and it was wide. Well, that was quite a let-off. It seemed from this angle here that it was most definitely out over the end line, but play continued. The pass inside, and yes, he was out over the end line, it seems. And he was waving it wide, in fairness to the umpire. Skies brightening somewhat as Guyden continues to challenge, but it's a Dublin team playing into the breeze, trailing by 3 points. The Kerry backs making life difficult as we watch Niall Guyden play it inside to Jack Sheedy, and now he makes light of the backs, and he's put it over the bar. Jack Sheedy's second point. Niall Guyden setting it up for him. Jack again going through the centre to take the score. A crucial one, just 2 between them. Well, it was a good run forward by Guyden. He picked out Jack Sheedy, who had continued his run through the centre of the field from 20 metres out, over the challenge and over the bar. Trying to locate Paul Beal in his back into the Kerry half-back line, and Eamon Breen has it. That's a nice pass outside to Carol O'Dwyer, looking for the score, and he's put it up and over. 2 points now in this match for Carol O'Dwyer. He'll be disappointed by the penalty miss in the first half. Silence on the hill. To Niall Guyden, linking defence and the forwards. Paul Curran coming out of defence for the first time in this match. A player who loves to burst forward. This is a very good run by Curran. 3 between them. And he's scored a point. The umpires had a consideration over it, but Paul Curran's first score. 2 points between them. That was a great score. Well, it seems to me in the last couple of weeks he's been playing more and more as a half-back, an out-and-out defender, but he loves to attack, and there was nothing the Kerry half-backs could do about this run. It was a great score. Well, Pat O'Neill and his fellow selectors Jim Brogan and Fran Ryder having a crisis point here. Meanwhile, it's Mick Deegan. 11 minutes to go towards Charlie Redmond. Was he being restrained there by Liam O'Flaherty? Yes, he was. O'Flaherty deemed to have pushed. The free is quickly taken inside to Niall Guyden. Dublin looking, Dublin scoring! Guyden with the goal! 19 minutes into the second half. A great piece of opportunism. Dublin a point ahead. A quickly taken free. And credit Niall Guyden for getting into position. Very quickly taken. Guyden was in like a flash. There was nothing the backs could do about it. There was a big gap and he exploded it. Pa Dennehy just containing it, turning nicely around John Calvert, who gets back. The fisted pass inside here. Dermot Hannafin steadying himself, kicking, and John O'Leary gets it come down off the post, and Dermot Deasy is there to assist him. Oh, that was a close thing, the foul by the bomber, but that could have easily ended up in the Dublin goal. Deasy was very alert indeed. Jack Sheedy, a solid thump on the ball towards Vinnie Murphy. Seemed to be pulled, he was indeed. Anthony Gleeson resorting to fouling Vinnie Murphy. So many fullbacks have had difficulty containing this fellow, who's now picked up a leg injury. Came down awkwardly. He was being pushed as he was in the air that time against Gleeson, and he came down awkwardly on the ankle. On my watch, there are 3 minutes to go. It's 1-8 for Dublin, 11 points, 10 for Kerry. And that's gone over the bar. Charlie Redmond with another score, a second point. Showing just how valuable he is to Dublin as a free taker. Well, it's been a long time since Kerry managed to score. Conor Carney, the substitute, is in the match just a few minutes, winning that ball well, restrained, and so he gets the free for Kerry. They need a couple of scores badly. Maurice Fitzgerald with the jeers from the Dublin fans ringing in his ears. This a long kick out, a difficult one, which drops into the arms there of Keith Barr. Great back play by Keith Barr. Paul Curran on a run. Maurice Fitzgerald pacing with him all the way. McGilligan saying to Fitzgerald, get back. And here comes Eamon Breen. And Eamon Breen there in the challenge with the Dublin man, who was told by the referee, get up. You're making it look a bit more dramatic than it really was. This is Breen. Paul Curran going across there. Likewise Jack Sheedy. And it was Curran and Eamon Breen, and down went Curran. Timmy Fleming kicking. Fisted out as far as Pa Dennehy. Finally it drops down over the bar. And Owen Liston was involved in that, because when it came in, I think it was Liston who touched it out. And as always, there's somebody waiting for it. Pa Dennehy, the one who kicks it over. So Ogie's team has a bit of hope. A point between the teams. Remember, there would not be extra time today. It would go to a replay next Sunday. Jack Sheedy on his way. And Jack Sheedy has kicked it over the bar, and there are two between them again. 3 points, the contribution of Jack Sheedy. A very fine scoring contribution. Anxious looks on the faces of the Dublin mentors. Out here towards Carol O'Dwyer. And the pace of the ball just beating him. Nothing going right for Kerry just now. Aside from that Pa Dennehy point, they had a long barren spell during the second half, a tribute to Dublin's resolve and resilience. Walsh with Vinnie Murphy on his feet, and Vinnie Murphy is on his way to the National League final. The all-important score, a goal by Niall Guidan, 19 minutes into the second half, a piece of quick thinking, a free that was quickly taken, and Dublin on their way to another National League decider. The scoreline reads, Dublin the Masters by 2 points, Dublin won 10, Kerry 11 points.